Okay, we're here again.
Yep.
Hi, everybody.
Don't you
And
expect
hello.
when you say hi, everybody, that you hear a resounding hi?
Hi, everybody. Hi.
I'm watching your donkey.
You know, I spent 3 weeks in Japan. I was involved with the Tokyo Olympics. And
What'd
so
you do
we're-
on the Tokyo
I was
Olympics?
a commentator.
Uh-huh.
So we were working out of the NHK, which is the big TV network in Japan.
Akin to what?
Pardon?
ABC?
Yeah, ABC, NBC, CBS,
Okay,
a
okay.
big network. And so every morning I, walk down the hall and people would be walking toward me and I'd say, hi. And hi does not mean hi in Japanese.
No. But it means something, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's either I can't remember. It's either or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't hello.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think at this point, because that was quite a while ago, that they would sync right up with it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. This was 1964.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, here we are again.
Yeah.
Okay, in our home. And
Yeah, we're trying to give you a different view of our new home for every show. So I just looked over my shoulder and I thought, that's pretty.
yeah,
And
you hear someone at the piano tinkling, but you can't see any. You see the piano,
yeah,
but you can't see who's tinkling.
right.
Okay. So today, the free gift is from Suzanne Organics, the styling cream, which I happen to love.
It works so good on your hair.
I know I'm wearing it right now.
I'm wearing it right now too.
It's a $24.99 retail value. You get it free with any purchase at SuzanneSomers.com. It doesn't matter how big or how small the purchase is, you get styling cream. Okay?
It's a wonderful product. Tonight I couldn't get my bangs to lie flat, and I put the styling cream, which is also known as paste, but I don't want to confuse you. Just call it styling cream. And I took a little here, and a little here, and a little here. And who knows, before the night's over, I might do some more.
Looks great.
I know.
actually put it all over my hair.
You do?
Yeah.
Doesn't it get a little...
I washed my hair today.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
That was a good thing, Al,
That's a
and you
good thing.
shaved.
Yeah, I shaved and washed my
Yeah,
hair.
that was a good thing.
And then I put some of the styling cream on.
Yeah.
And then after that, I put just a touch of the gel, the styling gel.
You're such a girl.
Okay. Well, that's my feminine side. Okay. I have a large feminine side.
You do, and it's attractive on you.
What do they call people who are both male and female? Hermaphrodite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
You don't. Why don't you hear that these days?
Pardon me?
Why don't you hear hermaphrodite? You hear trans.
Well,
Should-
They're different things. It's called intersex now.
what is it called?
What is it?
Intersex. The term is intersex.
Intersect?
Intersex? S-E-X?
Yes, intersex is the term.
I haven't
We
heard.
used to say hermaphrodite.
I haven't heard it at all. Huh?
Wow. Well, hermaphrodite just sounds so much more romantic. It's like
You just have to hang out with 20-year-olds.
oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The 20-year-olds keep you up on all the latest terminology.
No, we don't want to hear what they're doing. Okay.
I do.
No, I don't want to hear I don't want to keep up with what they're keeping up with.
Why? That's called old fart.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No.
When you don't want to know what the young people are
No, but I
doing,
know what they're
then you're
doing.
an old fart.
I know what they're doing. They write about it every day all over the place.
And?
You get Instagram and Twitter and Facebook.
And you don't
Well,
think
not
that's old
Facebook.
fartism?
Pardon me?
You don't think that's old fartism?
No, it's that I know what they're doing. I don't have to be with them or talk to them, okay? And also we have grandchildren, all of whom are in their 20s, I believe, okay? So we know what they're doing, right?
That's what I was referring to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
That's what I meant. Like, you hang out with 20-year-olds and they keep you up to date.
Yeah.
Like your grandchildren.
I love our
My
grandchildren.
children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah. Let
He
me
loves
count the
you.
ways.
So I want to tell you something. Did you notice the other day that I was kind of losing thoughts? And it's really embarrassing for me, and it's part of this thing when I fell, that initial fall that I told you all about. I fell a second time and developed something called hydrocephalus. Ugh. And so, because you have cranial fluid, I have cranial fluid, we all have cranial fluid, but I fell on my cranium in a way that it clogged my ventricles. And when the ventricles are clogged, it gives you kind of a, I don't want to say brain damage because that sounds so drastic, but it damages something. It damages the part of your brain that makes the connection. So I'll be telling you something, and all of a sudden I'll go off and kind of forget about the point I was trying to make. So when I do that, first of all, it's very embarrassing for me. There's nothing I can do about it, but I got Al. And when Al knows what I want to say, he'll fill in and make sure I don't miss any points with you. Right, Al?
Yeah, and by the way, the doctors as well as our family suggested to Suzanne that she wait until she has recovered, because this is a recovery period,
Yeah.
getting back to normal. But Suzanne didn't want to wait that long, however that long is. She wanted to be with you guys as often as possible, and that's why we're here.
Yeah. But also, I find it, it's uncomfortable to lose my point of view.
Well, you don't lose your points of view. You get to halfway through an explanation or a sentence,
Yeah.
and then you kind of space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't feel spacey today, but the other day, I guess it was Friday, I felt so spacey, and I wanted to apologize to you on the air, and then I thought, I'll just let it go, and the next time I'm on, I'll explain it to you. So if any of you noticed, I'm sorry. I got Al, and wow, does he look cool tonight.
Well, you don't have to be sorry, okay?
Yeah,
It
I
is
can't
what
help
it
it.
is.
I can't help it.
Yeah,
What a year.
yeah. Really.
Come around and show them how cool you look.
Oh,
You look so cool.
okay. There we are.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no one sitting at the piano tinkling.
You could be.
That could be.
He plays the piano. Look at him.
Okay.
Isn't he beautiful?
I'm taking my sweetheart out for dinner tonight,
Yeah.
and she looks spectacular. She's wearing a skirt. That's a skirt, right? Or
It's
is
a
that
taffeta skirt.
a skirt? Yeah.
It's actually long to the floor, but the reason you had trouble buttoning it was that I put the buttons on so I could make it a short skirt or a long skirt, whatever I was in the mood for.
Oh,
Pretty clever. It's
So
like
next
getting
time-
two skirts for one.
next time you could make this a long skirt?
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
Yeah, I
Can
can.
you do that right now?
I don't want to, because then I've got
Well,
to.
there you go.
Then I've got to get it all brought up again for
Okay.
the restaurant.
So I'm here in case she spaces out, okay? You'll hear me jump in to remind her where she's at.
Yeah.
It's,
But
it's very weird because she's got a great brain. You know, she's written 27 incredible books, mostly New York Times bestsellers, lecturer, blah, blah, et cetera, comedian, et cetera. So it's really odd that she has this thing,
think how it is for me.
okay?
Yeah.
But she didn't want to wait until she was fully recovered, so here we are. Okay?
And besides, we're all friends.
Yeah,
And, stuff happens with friends.
I know.
And I
You
can't.
guys look so nice.
Thank you. Doesn't he look beautiful?
You
Doesn't
both
she
do.
look beautiful?
Amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I have to get back to my,
All right, and
my
I'll look
real
at your
job.
and I'll look at your donkey.
Okay.
You know the donkey. Well, it's out on the lawn here, and I just find it the funniest story that the bighorn sheep came down the hill and saw our cement donkey and went, oh, and went down to cement donkey, and you know what he tried to do to cement donkey.
And I think that bighorn sheep had his testosterone shot that day.
and he kind of killed her.
Well, he knocked her. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Because this thing is embedded in cement.
I know.
Okay.
He knocked her
He
over.
knocked her over.
Oh well.
And then he stood there, and I wondered what he was thinking. What could you possibly be thinking?
What would you be thinking as a guy
You mean
if you
I were to knock
if you
off
knocked
the
down
donkey?
knocked up a cement talkie?
Wow, what would I be thinking? I'd either be thinking, I hope I didn't hurt you. What else would I be thinking? How did that happen?
Yeah. And I thought it would be better than that.
Well, you mean, thank you very much?
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it would be better
Is
than that.
When ma'am, thank you,
Yeah,
ma'am?
right. Right.
But I don't think that happens. I think it was coitus interruptus for the bighorn sheep,
Well,
okay?
if you notice, he hasn't come back.
Because he kept doing it until the donkey fell down.
Yeah. But if you notice, he hasn't come back.
So now what do you get? What do you get? Like mules, I think, are half donkey and half horse, right?
Yeah.
And it's weird that you would breed an animal that cannot breed. However, donkeys are beasts of burden for the most
Yeah,
part.
they have
or
use.
Mules.
Yeah, they have
Mules,
use.
okay. Our former home,
Remember
when they-
those pictures?
when they built it in the 20s, there are pictures there showing workmen loading cement blocks and building materials on the backs of mules and walking up these stone steps all the way up.
That's how they got everything up there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
it was a beautiful house that we lived in. Beautiful. You can look it up in, I guess, on YouTube, do you think?
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's,
We've had it photographed so many times. But it was time to go. That's where I fell.
Yeah.
And, there were over 100 stairs there. And you don't want to live in a house with 100 stairs.
well, especially.
Uneven stairs, too.
And uneven. They were rocky. And I had a thought. When you have these thoughts, you should act on them. But every time we'd come out of our bedroom, I would think to myself, we need a railing going down the stairs. I don't know how many times I thought that. And the day that I fell, I reached instinctively to grab the railing that wasn't there. And I remember as I fell to the ground and I heard my neck break, I thought, I should have had the railing, I should have had the railing. So when you get these impulses, you should do them. I don't like to use the word should, but that would have saved me a year of pain. But I really believe, maybe you agree with me, I really believe that we go through things in life, like you fall and break your neck and your spine and your hip and your pelvis and all that, because we're supposed to learn something, aren't we? I don't know what I'm supposed to learn from this, but I know it's all part of the big lesson. And the one lesson I got out of it is, when you have the impulse to put the railing in, put the railing in. What'd you do, Al?
Pardon me?
What'd you do?
What did I do?
Put on glasses?
Well, I had to put on glasses so that I can see what everybody's saying.
Oh,
Okay. I like to answer an occasional question.
answer.
You know, it swings by so fast. It's
I
really,
know, I can't grab them.
but that's good too.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
I was just talking about impulses, and that when things happen in life that are negative, it's usually because there's a lesson waiting around the corner.
Yeah.
And I know there's more to learn from this whole thing. That's why I keep bringing it up with you, because it's been unbelievable to go through this.
So Joan Gordon said,
Yeah.
I'm so sympathetic to you to have had such a horrible injury. You're tough. And you know what? She is tough. She's a tough Irish woman. Nothing gets her down. And if it gets her down, it's for a moment, and she pops right back up. We've been through, in our 55 years together, we have been through some major tests, life and death tests, and we've always come through.
Well, I was saying to Bruce the other day, our son, I said, you know, as we're going through this, I said, I've never been angry through this whole thing. I've never cried. I don't want to. I want to keep looking at where's the big lesson in this, and I know there is. So, you know, be grateful for the negatives in your life, because you're going to learn some lesson that you probably never would have had an opportunity to learn and grow.
Well, I'll tell you,
What?
you know, one of the great lessons that I have learned, and actually you have too, when we see those commercials, that Tunnel to Towers guy.
Oh, Frank Stiller,
who
what a saint.
Pays off mortgages
Oh,
and
my
builds
God.
houses
Oh my
for
God.
wounded veterans. And there are 2 or 3 other wounded veterans websites.
Yeah,
I look at these people
disabled
and I think,
vets.
you gave us the ultimate sacrifice
Yep.
in your life.
Yeah,
It's amazing
Your
you're
body.
alive.
Yeah.
I'm thankful you're alive.
I
so
think,
what we're dealing with
Yeah.
is minuscule
right.
compared to that.
And I think Frank, is it Stiller or Stiller? Stiller.
Siller, killer, I don't know, whatever it is.
I just think
He's a
he's
saint.
a saint.
Yeah.
He's a real saint.
Yeah.
And he makes you just want to give. He asks for $11 a month.
Yeah.
It's nothing. So,
Well, for some people, it's something.
yeah,
You
it
know?
is. It
Yeah.
is.
We're with inflation the way it is right now, and you know they say the inflation's 9% or 8.5%, whatever it is. Not so. You go to the grocery store, eggs are now 3 times more than they used to be. Bread is double. I mean, it's
How much are eggs now? Over $1 an egg.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it is over $1.
Yeah.
No, not at the grocery store. At the farmer's market where we get those specialty eggs there, but they've gone up a lot.
Yeah.
How much is it?
Not that high for regular eggs, but still.
You know, when you think about the process of an egg, okay? First of all, you have to have a female chicken.
Yeah.
You have to start with that. Then you have to take care of the female chicken and provide shelter and safety, because there are all these animals wandering around at night looking for dinner. Now you have to feed her organic food, whatever that is, whether it's grains, I'm not sure what they feed chickens, or whether they're pastured so that they can roam around and dig in the dirt and dig, you know.
Remember when we had chickens in our
Oh, yeah.
ranch
We had
in Las
chickens, ducks,
Vegas?
and geese. And,
Yeah.
And remember Jake the goose had a big crush on me.
Yeah.
A big crush. Okay.
I would wake up in the morning and we had these big French windows. And you know what I would see?
Yeah.
And then when Alan would get out of bed, Jake would follow him down the glass hallway and
Yep.
meet you at the back door.
And then I'd open the door,
Yeah.
and Jake would never come in. I didn't invite him in, but he would just stand there, and I would get down on one knee and give Jake a big hug, and Jake would give me little bites on my neck, little love bites on my neck.
Animals love you.
Yeah, I remember
They love him.
after we sold that place, it was wonderful. It was in the middle of nowhere, 25 miles northwest of Las Vegas. And now all that land is thousands of homes and tennis things and
We ruined the
horse
neighborhood.
things and golf things and, you know, etc. But we went back to that house after 6 months, and I asked the woman who was there, who was the sister of the man who owns it, I won't mention his name, he's famous, and I said, where's Jake and Minnie? the two geese, and she said, "Oh, they're way in the back 40." Remember
Yeah.
we went out there?
Yep.
The grass was really high.
Yep. And what did you say?
And I called out Jake's name.
How did you call
And
it?
his head, Jake! And his head popped up out of the grass. He saw me. I waved to him, and he came running.
He did.
It was like the E.F. Hutton commercial in slow motion. It was amazing. And I got down on my knees. He ran into my arms.
He ran into his arms.
I hugged him, and he gave me these kisses, and it
Are
was
you going to
incredible.
cry?
It was incredible. You cried.
I did, but are you going to cry right now?
Well, I could get very teary over
Yeah.
Jake.
Well, animals are just incredible.
Yeah,
What a gift to humanity.
yeah. And by the way, geese are better watchdogs than dogs.
Yeah.
Because we used to get home at 2, 3 in the morning after the second show in Vegas. And before Jake knew it was us, he would scream and then attack. And apparently when the wings are outstretched, the front of the wing could easily break a bone.
Yep.
So I'd have to say, Jake, it's us, it's us. Oh, and then he'd go.
We had such a good time in Vegas,
We
didn't
did.
we? Wow.
We did.
Wow, that was an era gone by.
Well, we were farmers during the day, and
Yeah.
then around 4 o'clock you'd crazy up the hair and paint your face, and we'd go in and do 2 shows, and
Yep.
then come back. And
I'm
there's-
handy.
That's right. There was always this bird at 3 o'clock in the morning,
All right.
and we'd sit on the swing, and we could look down on we were up at 3,000 feet. We could look down at the strip, which was 18 or 19 miles away. And we'd sit on the swing, and there was this bird that never made the same sound twice. It was amazing.
What do you think that was about?
I don't know. I don't know what kind of bird it was, but obviously it was a bird that had trouble sleeping because
Yeah.
it was 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And the bird made different sounds every time the bird did something.
So it's a hair show.
Okay, hair show.
And we talked about the styling cream, which I call styling paste, but it's styling cream.
Which both of us have on our hair right now.
Yeah. And then, honestly, I know it's our product, but it's the best shampoo I have ever
Yeah.
used in my life.
Yeah.
And I wash my hair pretty much every day. And the conditioner, these are volumizing, so that means, you get more volume in your hair. The conditioner, the shampoo is so incredible.
That's the volumizing shampoo.
Yeah, it's shea butter and probably got some of that kapuasu in there. And then here's styling gel. So what do we have?
I love styling gel.
You can use styling gel to piece it up, and when it's wet, you can put it all over and create like stringy kind of hair, which stringy hair looks beautiful. And then the other thing we have is the rescue hair mask.
Okay, well, it's very timely. Robin Allen said, "You are beautiful and I love your hair mask."
Oh, well,
Talk about timing.
yeah, Robin, here we go. It's great. When I wash my hair, about once a week I take the hair mask and I bring it to the roots and I pull it out and I let it sit on there for about 20 minutes. And then I go under the sink and I rinse it off like crazy, and it becomes my glory. Our hair is our glory.
By the way,
Yeah,
speaking of hair,
yeah.
we're getting great feedback, testimonials from people who are using our grow back.
Oh, I know.
Great
Caroline
testimonials.
uses
Well,
that.
Caroline can attest to that.
Yeah, I'm
was-
gonna do a presentation on it in the after show as well.
It's, what a name, huh? And her hair looks so great. You're all seeing it in the after show, but her hair looks so amazing. So if you're thinning, grow back is your friend. If your husband is thinning, grow back is his friend. And you're using it too, aren't you, Alan?
Yeah.
And do you know how much hair you have these days?
No.
Yeah, because sometimes when I'm hugging you in the morning, I've got to wipe your hair out of the way.
No. Well, I'm sorry about that.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm
I
not.
woke up one morning and you looked over at me and cracked up because my hair was standing. It looked like I had a castle on my head, a hair castle.
I know, but it looked good. It looked good. So,
Okay.
so we've got the paste, we've got the,
Mask?
no, we've got the gel. Paste and the gel for piecing and styling and everything. Then we've got shampoo, conditioner, and then we've got the mask that you can put on for 20 minutes and then rinse it out, and your hair is gonna, and then the grow back. I don't know if you've tried the grow back yet, but when you put it on and that kind of head massager that comes with it, you know, certain things that make you go, I sit there, I get mesmerized by growing back my hair with
Yeah, it
this.
feels good.
Doesn't it? It's so
It feels
fantastic.
Yeah.
So anyway,
And it helps bring blood flow to the scalp, which helps support healthy hair growth.
and there you go. I would think that that's what it would do. It
But
just
it
makes
really
sense.
does feel good.
It feels
Okay.
so good.
Corolla Johnson says, love, love, love your shampoo and conditioner and gel. Can't use anything else.
Oh, I'm so
any
glad.
Longer.
I'm so glad.
You know, she's very wise to do that, forgetting about the fact that she bought it from us. It's all organic.
Yeah.
It's organic.
Yeah.
It's good for you. It's good for your hair. Instead of putting chemicals on your hair, which are right next to your brain, I'm no MD, I'm not even a PhD. I didn't even graduate from university. But it's gotta not be good to put chemicals on your scalp. and
Well,
in
I've
your
talked to
hair
them about that
next to your
before.
brain.
I was in my bathroom in Malibu one day, and you know, you have a bench, and it was just packed with product. And I started picking up the product, and it was $67 and $50-something, and it was all so expensive. And then I took another look, and it was expensive chemicals, and I thought, what am I doing? My brain's up here, and the steam is opening all my pores, and now I'm rubbing in this chemical stuff. And that was a real awakening for me, and that's Caroline and I started working on this shampoo, and I was picky about it. I didn't want it till it had the right, as she calls it, slip. And this shampoo and this conditioner has the right slip. And you know what that means. It just feels good when you brush it through. It's really quite wonderful.
Okay, so
Because we get used to the chemicals. We get
Yeah.
used to the way the chemicals feel. And then we think it has to feel like that
Right.
in order to work. And you don't need copious bubbles to get your hair clean.
No.
Your product is coconut cleansers. No sodium lauryl sulfate. And so once you get used to the fact that you can nurture and clean at the same time, you don't have the same expectation on that like squeaky clean feeling that actually strips your hair.
Yeah, that squeaky clean was the soap having removed, the chemical soap having removed all the benefits of your nice, beautiful hair. It just keeps drying it out.
by the way, Jippy to Nancy says, it's fun to do a spa day with all of your products.
Oh, what a good
I
idea.
just finished my work week and polished myself up from head to toe.
Oh, oh,
send
in a
us
healthy
pic-
way.
Yeah, send us a picture. He says, sneeringly. Head to toe, she said. Anyway, it's grateful when people comment and compliment us.
Absolutely,
for using our
absolutely.
products.
So appreciate you.
For 25 years, we were on, Suzanne was on TV shopping networks, and it's very hard to do business with those networks because they insist on taking half the money just to walk through the door. So you can't manufacture the greatest stuff, otherwise you make no money. So when we discovered this online business, which is wonderful for us and for you guys, we are able to provide great discounts
Yep.
all the time because we have no middle person. There's no one standing there saying, we're going to take half your money, and sometimes they take more. So we give these great discounts. The ingredients that go into all our products are the highest we can find anywhere. So that's why people are enjoying them and they feel good about it. And it's organic.
And it's
Can't
organic.
hurt you. It helps you.
Yeah, good for you. Products that are good for you. I love, when we first started in this business, I said I wanted a business where you're doing well while doing good.
Yeah.
And we are. We're doing well while doing good. Thank you for your patronage.
By the way,
Yeah.
you haven't spaced out once.
No,
Okay?
no, it was just the other day.
Okay?
It was so
you
bad.
haven't spaced out once.
Yeah.
Okay? So, you know, a lot of people have come on since you talked about that.
Okay.
So maybe before we say goodbye, actually, let me just show you what the deal is today. Free gift, Suzanne Organic Styling Cream. Both of us have it on our hair right now. It's a $25 retail value. With any purchase from Suzanne, anything from SuzanneSomers.com.
Anything.
Anything. Yeah.
So what I was telling my friends at the start of the show was, you know, this year I broke my neck, I broke my spine, I broke my hip, my pelvis, my thigh. I mean, it takes a lot to recover from that. And then, a month or so after that fall, I fell again. Don't fall. Don't fall. And you have cranial fluid. I have cranial fluid. Alan has it. Caroline has it. We all have cranial fluid. It's essential for washing out the toxins. But when I fell again, my cranial fluid got clogged in the ventricles in my head, and it created, if I say brain damage, it sounds too dramatic, so I'm not going to say brain damage.
You know what it is? The cranial fluid had nowhere to go,
Right.
so it continued
Right.
building up,
Right, and what a
and
headache.
it created pressure on your brain.
Right. And so that pressure on the brain interferes with the connections of thoughts that I'm weaving together like we all do. And so after the show on Friday, I was aware that I couldn't remember what I was talking about on any of the things that came up. And so I thought I would tell you today if that happens again, because I can't help it. It's going to go away. But Alan always knows what I'm working towards, and he'll correct me, right?
No, I won't correct you. I'll just jump in and say
All right, yes,
one
that's
or
better.
2 words, and that'll
Yeah,
be it.
yeah. It comes back really fast.
Because you know what you're talking about.
I do,
Okay?
I do.
It's just that you get a little spacey. Like in the 60s, you would have said, what are you smoking?
Not to me, but to you.
Yeah, on our first date. On our first date
Yeah, what'd we do on our first date?
in the 60s.
Yeah,
I was staying in a Japanese hotel,
yeah,
which I loved, in San Francisco.
yeah,
And I was in a Japanese suite with
Yeah.
sliding shoji screens.
yeah.
No bed, just a tatami mat on the floor.
Right.
And I invited this spectacular woman to join me for dinner in my suite. So I had gone down to the wharf. What do they call it? The wharf?
The wharf.
The wharf.
Fisherman's Wharf.
To Tony. And Tony had a big steaming pot of fresh crabs, Dungeness crabs. And I bought 3 of them and took them back to the suite. Then I had some sake and I warmed it up in the sink. And then you arrived. You arrived. And you were wearing this long, what do they call it? What's that skirt called you were wearing?
Hostess.
She was wearing a hostess skirt. Now, she didn't know that you only wear it when you're hostessing at home.
I read the fashion pages.
So she was wearing a hostess skirt with heels, right?
Yep.
And I said to her, you know, it's a Japanese suite, so you got to take off the shoes. So she took off the shoes, and she was 6 inches shorter and walked in tripping over the dress. That was the beginning of
No,
our
but I
evening.
said, what else do you have to take off?
Right. You know, I didn't answer that question. I laughed.
Yeah.
And then,
But I thought the crab was delicious and ingenious, really, because who doesn't like fresh cracked crab? But it was the dessert that you gave me.
well, it was a pot brownie. It was the 60s.
And he
It was
gave,
San
our
Francisco.
first date,
It was Haight-Ashbury.
he gave me a pot
Okay.
brownie, which I had never had before. I took a bite and I went, yuck, it tastes like dirt. And that's when he said it's a pot brownie. You should have told me
Well,
beforehand.
it was baked by a very special baker in San Francisco.
It was?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she sold,
Anyway,
she had a bakery where she sold all kinds of regular stuff. And then for special customers,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
but we, God, we had fun that night. We
did.
laughed and laughed
We
and
did.
laughed
Yeah,
and laughed and laughed.
yeah. Yeah, everything I said was hysterical.
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 Yeah.
Okay. I think it's time to say goodbye.
Okay.
And before I go, the free gift again is the Suzanne Organic Styling Cream, $25 retail value.
You will love this.
With any purchase at Suzanne Somers. Any purchase, anything.
Can I just show you what it is? Here's the styling cream. Right? It's like that. And that's where you take it. And
Yeah.
it really holds it. And then the styling gel. Why do you use the styling gel?
To hold my hair.
Do you put it on at the base?
No.
You don't. See, because I do.
I wash my hair,
Yeah.
I towel dry it,
Yeah.
then I brush it
Yeah.
back,
Yeah.
and then I put the styling gel on my hair, brush back.
Okay.
And when it dries,
And then are you just so cute?
I mush my hair up a little bit.
Okay.
That's it.
And the shampoo, I can't say enough about the
Well,
shampoo.
you know what? You have a great spa day, whatever that means.
Yeah, well,
to
one
you.
of our ladies suggested it.
Go to SuzanneSomers.com, look at all the products we have. Pick a couple to have a spa day and just relax. You deserve it, okay?
This shampoo has moisturizing cocoa butter cleansers to gently clean your hair with no residue. And squalene is in it, and it helps create volume as it strengthens the hair shaft. So that's a lot of
Hair.
science. Science. Let me just see. After there's squalene also in the conditioner, and it penetrates the hair shaft to enhance elasticity for fuller, shiny, luscious hair. That's what I feel after I use it. So this is the end of our show today. We'll see you on Monday. And remember, it's not who you are. It's not what you do. It's not what you have. It's only about who you love and who loves you, and I love you. Good night. And I love you. And I love you, Caroline.